Hey guys, and welcome back to another video in MLB The Show 19, and we are going to be starting another franchise in this one, just a regular franchise, rebuild, and we are going to be picking a team that I think needs to make a few moves and then they're good to go, which is going to be the Brewers. So we're going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers, who actually just traded away Jesus Aguilar. They got Jordan Lyles. I don't think they really acquired much of a big time pitcher, which is really what they need, as the trade deadline is literally just like an hour since it ended right now when I'm recording this. What did you guys think of the trade deadline? It was kind of quiet aside from Marcus Stroman, the Bauer and Puig trade between the Padres, the Indians, and the Reds. A couple of notable trades like Green from the Tigers to the Braves, I believe. Dickerson went to the Phillies from the Pirates. And then we had these two trades that came out after 4 o'clock. The massive one of Greinke going to the Astros for four prospects. I think 2 or 3 of them were top prospects for the Astros. And who's the other one? Oh, Castellanos went from the Tigers to the Cubs. So not like a big trade deadline, but there were definitely a few moves in there that made headlines. I think a little confused as to why so many teams, not really confused, but surprised that so many teams didn't really do too much when they really needed some pitching. And the waiver deadline in August is no longer a thing. So this was it for teams that wanted to make moves. This was it. But yeah, what did you guys think of it? It was kind of a little bit on the quiet side compared to years past, kind of until the Greinke and Castellanos trades. I think that kind of helped a little bit with that. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of that trade deadline. If you have any opinions on it, what you thought, what teams didn't do what they should have done, what moves should have been made, what moves might you wanted to have seen been made for your team or any other. Feel free to leave that in the comments. It's a fun topic to discuss. But yeah, let's jump into this one. We're going with the Milwaukee Brewers. We're definitely going to be looking for some pitching for sure. So the GM contracts are off. CPU trading's on. Everything else is what it is. We got auto manage only for the development tasks. Because I'm not really too into the actual scouting process, and it does take up some time for me. But we're going to be doing that manual draft as usual. Again, if you guys have any suggestions or you want to see a certain franchise or franchise challenge or a certain rebuild, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Like I said in the beginning of the Rays Moneyball one that I'm doing, I have like a list that I recently made of different ideas and stuff. It's more for like just quicker rebuilds that aren't just straight up normal rebuilds or franchises, either one. But yeah, I made a list, and any suggestions, anything that you guys might want to see, I'll add it to the list, and we'll see about doing it moving forward in the future. But yeah, again, let's get right into this and take a look at the roster. So obviously their number one hole, I guess you can call it, for the team is their starting pitching. They really don't have enough, I should say, bigger names there and for the rotation. So we got Nelson, Chacín, and Gonzalez. They're really the only ones who are 80 or higher. I'm not too big on Nelson. Chacín isn't exactly a guy that I want to see as one of the names in the top of our rotation, and Gonzalez he's been a very good pitcher, but he is starting to turn a corner. I feel like he's not really what he once was, so I don't necessarily feel comfortable relying on him to be that name. We got Woodruff, who's a solid pitcher in his own right. He's a 77 overall. We got Peralta coming up, 76, but his walks per 9 are horrible, and I'd like to see him in the minors a little bit longer to try to develop a little bit more. We got Davies, who's very good with walks per 9. He might slide into that number 5 spot. Suter, I think, is the same way. He's got very good walks per 9. Corbin Burns is the guy coming up, but after that it kind of drops off into the lower 60s. A couple B potentials there, but still, we definitely need someone there. The relief pitching, we got Jeffress and Knebel both in the 80s. Claudio is kind of hit or miss, so we'll kind of have to see how he does. I didn't realize his walks were that good, though. Maybe he'll do better than I think. Jacob Barnes is a 74. Someone you can stick there in the bullpen. One of the last, the last spots in it. I feel like Junior Guerra, Taylor Williams, Matt Albers. Not a whole lot here. Definitely want to look to improve the bullpen if we can as well. And of course, we have Hader, one of the best at the back end there, closing games for us. At catcher, we got Grandal and Pena, which I'm pretty happy with. Grandal usually does good enough, and Pena is okay as a backup. Gosowicz is even alright to come up for like a week or two if one of them gets hurt, just to slide into the backup role. I'm okay with that. Aguilar is at first, who I do actually want to move. He doesn't usually do well for me in these. I don't know if anybody else has a different experience, but he doesn't usually turn out to do too well in the long run. So seeing as he actually was traded to the Rays, who we're also doing, I'll probably look to move him before the season starts. Second base, we got Moustakas and Hyura. Orf and Spangenberg are kind of there as depth pieces right now. We got Shaw at third, and Urseg is someone who's coming up. I don't know. I might end up using him in a trade or something. He doesn't look too promising from these attributes. So yeah. Moving on to shortstop, we got Arcia, who again I'm a little questionable with, more so for his offense. So we'll have to see, kind of like what we're doing in the Rays one. We're just gonna kind of like, unless we find something that like just makes sense, we're probably gonna wait and just see how he does. One guy that's always good to get, who's gonna perform, doesn't cost a whole lot, is Paul DeYoung, but he's from the Cardinals, and I feel a little, I don't know about making a trade like that within the division. I feel like it's a little unrealistic, but if it's something that makes sense for both clubs, then maybe we do it. So we'll kind of see on that. We got Saladino behind him, Mauricio Dubon, who actually just went to the Giants in a trade. We got Braun in left, Hernan Perez, who kind of can play all over the place. Ben Gamel is another outfielder. Lorenzo Cain, of course. Corey Ray, who I'd like to keep in the minors still. And Christian Yelich and Eric Thames in right. So, definitely got some holes in this roster. Definitely with the pitching. Definitely need to target that pitching, mostly the starting pitching, I feel like. And then definitely see if we can get an arm or two into that bullpen. I think the outfield for right now should be good. We got Gamel and Thames as backup. Thames can play first. Corey Ray needs another year or two in the minors, I feel like. Perez can kind of play all over the place, like I said. Arcia's at short. I'm not too big on like our bench pieces. We got Arcia at short, Shaw at third, Moustakas, who actually could move over to first if we trade Aguilar, and that can open up second base for Hyura. Maybe we get someone who can kind of fill in at second base, let Hyura develop a little bit more in the minors for part of this season, and then call him up. We got some. I got some ideas, but yeah, definitely a little weak in the depth department here, offensively, at least on the infield. So maybe try to find someone there who's a utility guy, someone who can fill in for the time being. Maybe we find a first baseman. I'm not too sure just yet. Catcher's good, and yeah, there's a lot to be done. I feel a little overwhelmed with this team, but all right. So we're gonna kind of look there and see what's going on. Our budget right now is 134 million. Who's making the most? We got Grandal, Braun, who is definitely a candidate to trade away. Not just yet, unless we're getting back something that's a good piece or several pieces, which is going to be hard because of his age and his contract. But definitely a guy that we're going to be looking to probably move as his contract at the very least goes up. So Yeah, I think that him and Grandal are just really a big part of why the salary is where it is. Which, you know, if you take away the two of them, we have a lot of space to find some guys to fill in this roster. But for right now, I'm going to go in and kind of see where things stand. Really quickly, we're going to look at the top prospects, see if we have any. Keston Hiura, of course, number 4. Do we have anyone else? I'm not sure that we do. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone. So just Keston Hiura, who's going to graduate soon. So we'll have to figure that out through the draft. And before I forget, because I forgot in the beginning of the Rays one, make sure we have some good coaches, which we do not. Okay. I'm sorry, Craig Counsell. This guy looks creepy. He looks like he needs to stay away from the school systems. Do we go with him, though? Questionable. What does he do? Break, pitching clutch, fielding, batting clutch. You know what? We do go with him because we need more help on the pitching side of things. What am I doing? 4 years. Nice. Okay. Hitting coach. Actually, yeah, I like that. 5 years. Cool. Pitching coach. Pitching clutch. He does do +2 to walks per 9. Maybe we'll go with Caruso. Do 6 years? First base. I don't think first base coach needs to have blocking, so we'll do him. Third base. We'll do Baldwin. And then farm director. I'm trying to see someone who is an A potential and doesn't have too many negatives for pitching. -3 break. I guess we can go with him if we need to. -3 hits per 9. I don't like that. -1 pitching clutch. I don't like that. -2 stamina. I don't like it. I don't like seeing a -3. -1 would be nicer, but we'll go with him for now. 3 years for him. And that does it for the coaches. And now the scouts, we got Central, International, West, and West. So we got to get an East in here. There's an East. There's a West. Better West, I should say. International. Right there, we got a better one. And Central. Here we go. So scouting is all good. Coaches are all good. I'm going to go look in the trade market and see what we can do. And also the free agent market. I do have a couple pitchers in mind. Maybe Addison Reed. Definitely Addison Reed. Maybe Liberatore, too. That could definitely fill out the bullpen nicely. I don't think Delgado's a bad choice either. So yeah, we got some options here. Some guys, not a lot of options at starting pitcher for free agency, though Whitley does tend to do pretty well for me. Yeah, I might end up getting Whitley too. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm going to look in free agency some more, look at the trades, and see what we can find here, and I will meet you guys back once I find something. Alright guys, so really quickly, I do have injuries on. I just want it to be a little more realistic. If it becomes like a huge problem, I can always turn it off if you guys, those of you who are watching, want me to. I'd prefer not to unless it's turning into like a big issue. But for right now, they are on. And to update you on the moves that we made before the season started, here we go. So we filled out the 40-man roster, first of all. We released Marcos Diplan and Jake Petrika to sign Adam Liberatore to a 1-year deal and Addison Reed to a 1-year deal to really fill out that bullpen. And then we made 2 trades. One, we acquired German Marquez, Antonio Senzatella from the Rockies for Julius Chassin and Freddie Peralta. Now, Freddie Peralta, I know, is beat potential 22. He's already a 76, but the walks per 9, it's not going to end well for the most part. So I figured, why not send him away? Because I know he'd have trade value along with Julius Chassin, who has enough trade value and also had like a $7+ million contract, and clear up some space, and then bring in two 24-year-olds, who's Marquez, who's an 87. He's making $7.5 million for the next like 5 or 6 years, I think. And then Senzatella is 24, and he's they're both 24. And then Senzatella is, I think, like a 74. We can check it out actually. So we got Marquez, who's for right now going to be our ace. He's a little unhappy because I haven't set up the rotation yet, and he's angry that he's in the bullpen. Calm down, Herman. You will be in the rotation. Don't worry. Yeah, he should be good. I like his walks per 9. I like his per 9s all the way around, really. For a 24-year-old, they're pretty good. He's got a good enough stamina. Durability is pretty well because we do have injuries on. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. And the contract was for the next 6 years, including this one. He's making $7.5 million each year. So not a bad contract when in the end. So the other guy was Antonio Senzatella, who's also 24, 75 overall beat potential. Our number 5 spot is going to be between him, Burns, Suter, or Davies. I'm not really sure if I'm necessarily leaning towards anyone. We'll kind of just see what happens. Unless there's an opening in the bullpen, which I don't think there will be, because we got Jeffress, Knebel, Liberatore, Reed, Claudio, Barnes, and Hader. So we got a pretty full bullpen for right now. So yeah, it'll probably be one of these guys as the number 5 guy in the rotation. The other 3 will start in AAA. But yeah, Senzatella, again, he's only 24. He's got room to improve. The stamina is an issue, so he could be a really good long man. Otherwise, he's probably not going to go too deep into games. But yeah, I mean, the walks per 9's in the 60s, homers per 9's in the 60s, hits per 9's in the 60s. If he keeps developing, he will definitely turn into a solid starter. Or a long man, as I said, with that stamina. The second trade that we made was just for that utility guy, someone we can throw in at infield positions, someone who can fill in as we're waiting for a Hiura, someone who can come off the bench if we have 4 starters on the infield. So we made a trade with the Yankees for Gio Urshela. Really tried to get Camargo, who I have in the Rays franchise that I'm doing, but one, I didn't really want to be too repetitive at the same time with 2 franchises, and 2, I just couldn't get him. I just couldn't do it. We were like the slightest sliver off from having the trade go through. I tried like a million different combinations, just wouldn't work. And I didn't really want to give up like a super top prospect because we don't have a lot in the system right now. So really close, but couldn't get it done. So we went to the Yankees. We found Gio Urshela, who in real life is having a very nice season. And I think he can do the same here. We sent away Brett Lawrie, making 500+ K in the minors. Adrian Hauser beat potential, I think, in the 60s, his rating was for starter. And then Peyton Henry, the lowest catcher in our system. So 2 pretty good trades, I think. So we'll see how they work out. We're just going to set the pitching road. Well, actually, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to figure out what's going on here. I think what we'll do is, just because of the overall, we'll kind of go with that for right now. We'll stick Davies in the number 5 spot and send the rest of these 3 guys into AAA to start the year. And we'll just kind of see how everyone plays moving forward. Like I said, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the bullpen there. And then, of course, our closer in Hader. I think, no, there's more guys here. Matt Albers, too. That's fine. You can be on waivers. Who else? We got Grandal and Pena. And then Aguilar at first for now. Moustakas will be at second for now. Travis Shaw will be at third for now. We can actually... I also wanted to get a guy who was good, better versus lefties. So Urshela can actually platoon with Shaw, who really does not look good versus lefties. Yeah, so I wanted to do that as well. We got Arcia, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then maybe Orf? Spangenberg? I'm leaning towards Orf. Hyura, like I said, I want to... Wait, no. What did I do? What did I do? Did that just say to put him on... What? No! Why? What? Did I press the wrong button? Oh my god. No, 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 no. Optional waivers. Does that mean we get the choice to pull him back? Oh my god. That's a problem. Oh no. Alright, well, we'll just continue from here and hope that everything works out. Aguilar, Moustakas, Orf, Hyura is supposed to come up later on in the year or next season and play as our starting second baseman. We got Shaw, Urshela, Arcia, and I don't think we need Saladino. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So Saladino can be sent down as well. And then in the outfield, oh, Perez. I forgot about Perez. Okay. So Orf, we don't need Orf. Orf. So we got Perez here to fill out the infield. He can also play outfield. We got Braun, Gamel, Kane, Yelich, and Thames. So I'm really, really hoping that nothing happens there with what's his name? Hyura. Really hope so. That was a complete accident. I still don't even know what I clicked. Maybe I'll see it when I edit this. Anyway, moving forwards, we got to go into... We're not going to sprint sim because of the injuries, so advanced to regular season. We got our 27 still. So let's set up the pitching rotation. We got Nelson. No, Nelson's number 2. Marquez is number 1. Now he's happy because he's in the... Yes, now he's happy because he's in the rotation. We got Nelson, Davies, Gio, and Woodruff. Claudio. Trying to see who has the most stamina, if anyone does. I don't think. Yeah, I think Hader has the most stamina. Well, we're not going to put him in long relief. I think we can cross these two guys out for long relief. Maybe Jeffress? Maybe, no, Jeffress is the setup, man, so... They literally all have the same stamina. This does not help me. Okay, so we'll just put Knebel up here. I always like to put one guy in long relief. Usually it can be the guy with the most stamina, but, I don't know, they all have the same stamina. Okay, so we got Davies as the number 5, Woodruff as number 4, Gio, Jimmy, Nelson, and Marquez. And then the lineups are, I think, pretty straightforward. We got Kane, Yelich, Braun, center, right, left. Again, Kane, Yelich, Braun. Just check that it's the same throughout. Second base is Moustakas. Yep. First base is Aguilar. Okay. Catcher's Grandal. Third base. No, shortstop is Arcia. Grandal and Arcia is good. And then we have Shaw versus righties at third. And then we're going to put in, where is he? Urshela versus lefties at third. And then DHing versus righties, we got Thames. I think I'm going to stick with Thames. See who's the best. Yeah, I think I'll stick with Thames. And then versus lefties, not Shaw. Probably Hernan Perez. Is Hernan Perez better versus lefties than not Grandal? Urshela? 70 to 65, 72. I guess it's kind of like a toss-up, I would say. What are... Yeah, the vision, discipline are a little bit better for Urshela, so I'll probably stick with him. Alright, that works. So those are the lineups. I don't really think I need to change too much here in terms of the order. We got Kane, Yelich, Braun. Maybe Braun. I don't know if I want him hitting third. I kind of want Shaw to hit. Well, Shaw can hit 4th. Moustakas. Shaw's actually better to hit. Well, Yelich is hitting 3rd. What am I talking about? Let's see. Maybe Moustakas can hit 2nd. No, it's 3 lefties. Oh my god. Okay. Just throw Aguilar 2nd. Hitting 5th can be Grandal, Braun, Moustakas, Arcia Thames. Okay, so Kane, Aguilar, Yelich. Not 100% on this order, but we'll try it out. Shaw, Grandal, Braun. And then Moustakas and Arcia. Okay. Usually I don't do this on screen. I don't know why I am right now. I kind of started to, so I'll just go with it. But for the most part, I'm not going to be doing this on screen. It really just kind of takes up time. But yeah, just letting you know that. In case you're wondering, or in case you're like, why is he doing this? He doesn't need to show this. So Kane is number 1, Yelich number 3. I can actually leave Braun as number 2. Who has the most power? Ooh. 65, 67, 78. I guess Aguilar, Moustakas can hit 5th? Yeah, then Grandal. We'll do that. Kane, Braun, Yelich, Aguilar. Kane, Braun, Yelich, Aguilar, Moustakas, Grandal, Arcia. Okay, everything's good. Okay, we're good. Sponsorships. Completely forgot about that in the Rays franchise. Oh my god. I'm remembering that now. Oh boy, excuse me. I'm getting back into this. I'm forgetting little things here and there. Okay, so in-game ticker. I guess per win or per game? Let's just do per game. Active replay. We'll do... I don't really have too many of these, but active replay. Better walk up. Do per hit and then better walk up per run. We'll see how that works out. And I think that's good. So our budget is good, 136 million. We're up by 1.05 now. Okay, so that's very nice to see. That has gone up through spring training. And yeah, let's get into the regular season finally. I might have to cut this down a little bit, but here we go. Okay, so Hiera, please. Hiera. Okay. Thank God. I don't know what happened there, to be honest. I really don't. Okay. So, let's start simming. Alright. Not a good start at all. But it's only 8 games in, right? The Nationals. Victor Robles. No, I'm not giving up Hiera. No. Don't ask me again. He's like our prized possession. So Kane. 1 to 2 months. Oh my god. I think we need to turn injuries. What? That quickly? You're just gonna destroy the season, injuries. Oh no. Do we even have anyone to put in here? My god. Alright, well, first off, we need to call up... What's his name? You know what? Maybe this means we call up Hiera. I think it does. Call up Hiera, put him at second, and then... That was a lot sooner than I expected. Who else? I guess Perez can kind of play that part and we call up Spangenberg or Orf? I was going to call up Orf, I guess. Not happy to see that. Okay. We can put Gamble at center. And then Gamble at center versus righties. And then lefties. Perez is already there. So... I don't want him in center. We might have to switch him with Braun or Yelich. We'll switch him with Yelich. Get him in there though. Perez. And then that does that. Second base, we got Hiera. And then with DH versus lefties, I guess Ben Gamel. So we'll put him in versus lefties. Not really best. What happened? Wow. That's not good. Okay. Let's just take this one game at a time. This is kind of like a restart point. Alright. Let's just get through April. Let's get back to 500. I think that's a reasonable goal. Hopefully they'll come back soon. And we'll see how things go from there. Urshel is out, but it's just a few games. He's good. Don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So right now we're 3 games over 500. We kind of turned things around, so that's very nice to see. Hopefully we can keep it up, but we will see. I'm just like super nervous. We're just gonna like go into a tailspin. Every time I see a loss, I'm just like freaking out here. Alright, so Moustakas is back. So we can send down... Let's actually see how Hiera is doing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to end this video now that I'm thinking of it before I forget. I'm probably going to end this one at the draft, and then we'll kind of finish the season in the next one. But going back to what we were doing, how is Hiera doing? 241, 1 homer, and 112 at-bats. Not the best, but... You know what? Should we keep him? I think we should keep him up. Or should we? Or shouldn't we? What's his morale? He's not happy, but it's mostly coming from the contract. You'll get the contract if you play good. Dude, calm down. Alright, yeah, you know what? We'll send him down. Oh no! I did it again! No, come on, dude! Oh. Why? God damn it. Okay. Nobody take him, please. Gavel, what are you doing? Okay. Jeez. I feel like everything's all over the place right now. Okay, nobody took him. Why is he out of options? How? How is he out of options? Anyway, man. Wait, so... How many guys do we have? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why does it say 26? Am I missing something? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Do we have an extra pitcher? No. Why is it telling me 26? Someone on waivers? Alright, so we'll fix the lineup here really quickly. So Kane has already been put back in. Apparently not, actually. Where's Kane? Oh, there he is. What am I doing? Oh, I'm all over the place right now. Alright, Braun, just come back in here, Braun. Come on back in. Okay, so Kane, Yelich, and Braun. There we go. So Kane's at center. I just need to switch that up. Okay. And second base is Moustakas, so that means... Oh, Hiera is in AAA. And I think that's good. We got DH versus lefties is empty, so... Who was it? Oh, RC is not playing... Oh, he's really struggling. Okay. So Perez is going to DH versus lefties, and then versus righties, we got Thames in there. Maybe Arcia becomes a trade deadline move. 170. All right, so yeah, let's keep simming to the the Rule 5 draft. Excuse me. All right, so that should be fine. That should be fine. I'm really hoping for no more injuries, that we play a little bit better. We already know Gamel's hurt. All right, so I think it's pretty amazing that we're 5 games over 500 right now. I just have a bad feeling. I think the injuries are playing into it too. But we're 5 games over 500. We are actually in first place in the division, which is a little surprising. 7th overall rating in the wild card. The Reds are in second right now. Wow, 1.5 back. Same thing in the wild card. Okay, so far we're kind of lucky that we are where we are. We're not doing too bad. Again, we'll pick up in the next video with the draft and go to the trade deadline, see what moves we can make, and finish out the year. But really quickly before we end it, Gio's doing good. Davies isn't doing too bad. Woodruff, Nelson, Marquez. The rotation is a strong point for us right now. Jeffress, Knebel, Reed is struggling a little bit for ERA, but he'll get it back down, I think. Liberatore, a little bit higher there. Claudio, Barnes, E. All right, maybe we make some moves when we come back. You know what we can do? We can call up Anderson and send Barnes down, and Anderson can go into the long relief because he's got the stamina. Hader's doing good. Grandal is struggling big time. Pena's performing in the backup role. Aguilar is doing all right. Moustakas hitting over 300. He missed some time, obviously, though. Nate Orf, 258, which is a lot better than I expected him to do so far. Shaw, struggling. Urshela, not terrible. Arcia is doing horrible. We'll have to figure that out. Braun, only 1 homer, but hitting 270. Hernan Perez, not too bad. Lorenzo Cain doing good. He missed some time, though. Yelich is really struggling as well, and Thames is doing good for the time that he's played. So kind of a mixed bag here. The pitching, though, for the most part, is doing good, and I'm happy to see that. So we'll just switch him, Knebel, down to here. Of course, always does that. And yeah, we'll kind of pick this one up at the Rule 5 draft in the next one. Like I said, go to the trade deadline and finish out the year. Try to get this team a little bit better and in a better position to make a push for the playoffs and do well once we get to October. So again, thank you guys so much for checking this one out. I do hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're all doing well. And until the next one, I will see you guys later.